Hey YouTube, here's today's project. A friend of mine cut his generator out of storage, tried to start it, wouldn't start. They put gas in it, fresh gas on top, pulled, had somebody else pull, until they pulled the cord apart. So rather than shop, we're going to fix the cord, probably going to go through and clean some gas, so stay tuned. It's probably pretty standard, first time no start, bad gas kind of thing. So here we go. Okay, so first we'll pull the recoil off of here, 10mm. And got that, easy enough. We'll take it over the bench and put a new cord on it. So we can just take the old cord out. We just pull it out through there. That's out. And the handle, if you haven't seen this, it pops out like that. Slide it over. Now you have your two pieces. We can measure and cut a new piece of cord to go in there. So we have a new cord cut, some stuff I had laying around to go back through. Feed that through there. We've already got a knot on that end, so we're good there. Feed it through the rubber handle. Like so. Make sure that goes in correctly. Like that. So that end's good. And I think we'll take this apart. Let me grab some tools. 8mm in this particular case. Okay. Spring. And there's a spring in here. I'll take these out here real quick. Little dogs to engage the crankshaft. And we've got this spring here, which I think came undone when that rope broke. So we'll go ahead and get this strung. And then through the hole. Simple knot, overhand, like that. Probably good there, and then wind her up. We want to get an extra wind on there for that spring. So now we have it like that. Needs more spring tension. So what I do is go around here. Another wrap or two on here till it feels good. Okay. That feels good. Put the dogs back in. Like so. Smear the grease around. right there, spring. And this guy. Okay. Good and snug. There we go. That part's done. We'll go put that back on. Okay, so I'm line this up. I'm assuming the sticker should go up. Snug, not too tight, or you'll strip them out. Now, we got pull action, so now we'll go through some, check the fuel out, because I'm pretty sure there's still a problem with the carburetor and fuel. Okay, so there's a drain plug for the float bowl, so we're going to pull that, drain the gas out into a clear container so we see what we have, and see if we need to take the carburetor apart or just put fresh fuel in it. I like to use rubber gloves because they're fuel's not the greatest thing. Oh yeah, look at that. That's nasty. The fuel supply is off. We'll, where is it? We'll flush a little bit through here. Yeah, fuel isn't even flowing out. Okay, we're gonna take the carburetor apart. Okay, let's see how this goes. Get the choke out of the way, take the air filter cover off. Looks like need a Phillips here. And looks like not too bad, a little bit of corrosion there. Here, screws here. Take that one. Okay, back. One more. Okay. Take that vent tube out. Here, here. That, and then you can see the back side, the head's on the other side, so we'll grab that too. Okay. That looks good. Carburetor. Fuel line off. Who knows what's going to come out of there. Fuel feed is off, so should be a little bit, if anything. A little bit. And so the fuel in the tank looks better than what was in the carburetor. Not great, but probably worth a try. Fuel line, I just have the linkage to be careful of. Just on this, it just lifts right out. Sometimes there's a little kink in there, but this is pretty easy. Okay, this carburetor's out. Go to the tool bench and go through it. Okay, first thing, we'll pull that bowl off of there, put it in our cup, see what we're dealing with here. So this is the bottom hold, or bolt securing it. This is the actual drain. Looks a little crusty. Looks a little crusty. Alright, so down in here, so there's this little needle right there. So that is normally your fuel adjustment, and on the newer carbs, these are blocked off for probably some type of regulation because people don't know how to turn a screw or whatever. I don't know, but that is pretty non-serviceable. And you can see down below there's like some tiny holes in the side by the butterfly right there. Those are really tough to clean too. So if you leave fuel sit in there and it kind of turns varnishy, that yellowy kind of crap, like we got out of here, it just plugs up those passages. So what I'm going to do is take this, put it in ultrasonic cleaner, and that's really the best shot to get this going. If that doesn't work, it's probably new carburetor time, because they're just not able to be fixed unless you mess with all those pre-adjustments and whatever. So we'll get it in the cleaner and see how it goes. Okay, here's my ultrasonic cleaner. It has a heater on it, which is nice. We'll turn that on. Get the non-toxic degreaser going in there, and we'll get some parts in there, kind of soaking. The bowl, which is nasty. The bolt. I'll probably have to fish for some of this stuff later, but I'll get it all. Pull that pin out. Float and the valve, and then there's really not a whole lot. You can take that. There's a little jet in there you could take out, but it's. I think I'm just going to put it in as is and let it warm up, and then we'll turn on the degreaser and let her go. Okay, while the carburetor is cleaning, I want to sample the gas that's in the tank. Not quite sure. They said it was fresh, but I'm not sure. So I'm going to fill up a little can. Doesn't look too bad, but does not smell super fresh. So we'll fill this up. We'll take it outside and see if it is any good. Okay, that's the gas out of the tank. I'm just going to say, do not try this at home. I self-identify as a trained professional right now. So that is some pretty weak gas. Not horrible, but not as strong as we'd quite like it. So anyway, we might put some fresh gas in there too. Okay, we're out of the ultrasonic cleaner. I've gone through and blown out the passageways with some compressed air. You can see how much nicer this came out. I mean, especially look at this. It was like so ganky before that, and this turned out clean. I love that little cleaner. But yeah, so this goes back on here. Put the pin back in. Just centered. Make sure that your drain goes towards the pivot. Like that, generally. There. And that's that. You can orient this drain to a good location for you. I might move it over here to where I think that's where it was. Let's do that so we can get to it when it's on the generator. Okay, all right, let's put it back on. So here's the gas I took out of the generator. This was in the tank. It's not as bad as the stuff that was in the carburetor, but you can see it's kind of yellowy, kind of like that. Well, fresh fuel. This is like from last week. It's almost like a fluorescent-y color and a lot more clear. It has a little yellow tinge, but this here is fresh, and this is I would maybe start a campfire with it, but it's not even, it's just horrible. So they had filled it up with what they thought was fresh gas, but it's not fresh gas. So I think that's a lot of their problem. So we'll get this put back together and fire it up. Okay, get the carburetor back on here. There. Get the linkage on. Make sure you get the spring back in there. Okay. That there. Get the plate. There. Oh, back side. Loose symbol in the front. I will say, while I was doing this, I looked online and you can buy the whole carburetor with all the gaskets and everything else for like $15, which would probably be the way to go instead of tearing this apart. But I'm a little bit old school and kind of enjoy this stuff and don't really want to waste, you know, good stuff if it just really needs the cleaning and all that. And, but anyway, yeah, if I was going to do this for a living, it'd be just go put a new one on. Got that. I got the little vent tube that goes in here. Fuel line goes there, it's off. This, like so. Sorry, that's pretty low. Filter, or air filter, and then this filler went on. There's a little drain hole, so I'm assuming that goes at the bottom. Okay, put some gas in it, and we'll see if she runs. And yes, that is the twin turbo 300ZX in the background there.